Hello and welcome to another episode of In the Wheels. This time we are joined by Max Kanter, the German sprint talent. He's a great guy, as you can hear. He's recently signed for the Astana Qazaqstan team, and they're turning into quite a force in sprinting. I feel like they've got a lot of talent and a lot of room for growth. And yeah, I just look forward to seeing where he ends up and how he does in the rest of his season.
All right. Thank you very much and welcome. Our guest for today is Max Kanter from Team Astana Qazaqstan.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here, and I'm happy to do this interview with you.
Yes, thank you very much. Today's interview was very spontaneous and it's on the eve before the Amstel Gold Race. So, first things first, how are the legs?
Yeah, we will see. I'm just coming from another race. I've been in Italy for Giro d'Abruzzo. So I had yesterday a hard stage, and we will see how I could recover from that, and let's see how the legs are.
Congratulations are in order. Your team won the race.
Yes, Alexei Lutsenko did a really good job there, and the whole team tried to support him as best as possible. And I think we did well, and luckily we could show off some good results there.
Was it already planned that you would leave Giro d'Abruzzo earlier to go to Amstel, or was it a spontaneous decision?
It was a spontaneous decision because I did my work on the last stage, and after I was finished with that, the focus was to be a little bit fresher for Amstel, so we shortened the last stage a bit for me.
So, it's your second time riding Amstel, or am I wrong in that?
No, it's the second time. I did it one time in 2022, if I'm right. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
so. I
Yes.
looked it up around an hour ago, but I'm not quite sure myself. But I think so. Yeah, you rode quite a few classic races in 2022, didn't you?
Yes, exactly. I had a quite good classic period that year. Last year I had a bit of bad luck because I got COVID. And this year we have a different focus. I'm just in preparation for the Giro d'Italia, so this will be my main goal for the first part of the season.
And do you see yourself riding, or maybe even a bit focusing on the classics in other seasons? You seem to like them, if I understand you correctly.
Yes, I like them because I think this kind of races are making you as a better rider. Um, so I feel comfortable riding in these kind of races. But it always depends what the team and what my focus is for the season. And as I already said, I do a few classic races this year, but not as much as, for example, in 2022.
And you already told me about the Giro. Will you be going to other races before that?
Yes, I will do tomorrow Amstel, and after Amstel, I will have a short rest period, and I will go to Tour of Turkey, and yeah, then it's almost time to head to the Giro after Tour of Turkey.
Yeah, it's not even a month away, I think. Start is maybe in 3 weeks.
Yes, yes, exactly. So we are getting close, and I'm already looking forward to that.
And will you be the main sprinter for the team during the Giro, or will you support your team in another way?
The plan is that I will be the sprinter there, and I will also have a little bit support for the finish. And we also have some other goals for stages, and maybe also with the young guy for the GC.
And will Rüdiger Selig also be part of your sprint train, or someone else?
Hopefully, yes. The final lineup will be shown soon, I think. But it can be, yes.
Fingers crossed and fingers crossed. He's a very experienced guy.
Yes.
um, Speaking of experience, with your move to Astana, you have a lot of sprint experience this year around you with Mark Cavendish, Renshaw, and also Rüdiger Selig. Can you draw from that? Can you learn from that, or do you say it's more like learning by doing, learning by racing?
No, for sure. We already started with some good training sessions in December, and for sure I can learn a lot from them while racing, but also just outside the races when we train. Yeah, they have so much experience and can share it with me, so they are trying to help me in that. And especially Mark, as a sports director, is super helpful because we all know how good he was in leading out Mark in the past. So I'm really glad to have him on my side, and yeah, he can help me a lot for the sprints.
And in general, how is the move from Movistar to Astana? Is it a different team culture? Was it a large change to make, or do you say, oh, it's not that different?
In general, it's not that a big difference because all the teams in professional cycling are trying to be super professional and doing everything right. Um, for sure, there are some small things, um, but in general, I felt from the beginning on really welcome, and I could see that this team is trying to be as professional as possible. So I'm glad to be here and to be part of this team.
And what is the main language on Astana? Is it Russian? Because I read an interview where you talked about Movistar and how it was a bit of adapting to the Spanish language in the team, but you found it quite easy after some time.
Yes, exactly. But with Astana, we have some different cultures. Um, for sure, Kazakhstan is a big culture in the team, so there's also a lot of talking in Kazakh and Russian. Um, and also, we have quite a few Italian riders, so also a lot of Italian sponsors. So this is also part of the team. I would say also a little bit of a identity, what the team have. Um, exactly.
So, which Italian or Kazakh or Russian insult have you learned from your new teammates? There has to be something.
I mean, Italian is a bit similar in some words to Spanish, so a few things I could already take from that. Um, I had 1 year Russian in school actually, but I barely can remember anything from that. So yeah, the time was just too short to learn a lot from Russian, but yeah, a few words, but not much.
um, while we were at your school, you were born in Chemnitz, correct?
No, I was born in Cottbus.
Sorry, Cottbus, yes. And while I did my research, I found there is a Max Kanter who does tabletop gaming, also from Cottbus. Is that you or is it someone else?
No, this is someone else. To be honest, I've never heard about that, so it's the first time. I didn't know that there's
I,
somebody.
I thought I had to ask, like, it would have been really funny. Like, apparently this guy is really successful at that, and it was okay. This is a really different hobby to cycling. So I was interested if that was you. But yeah, so
No,
different
no, it
hobbies
was
for
not me.
you. What do you do in your off time to relax?
Yeah, I just try to spend a lot of time with my family and my girlfriend. This is the main focus because we have a lot of time out there, but in general, I just like to do sports. We always have to watch out that we don't get injured, so I try to keep it not too dangerous, let's say it like this. I have a few other sports. For example, I like to go inline skating or also to play sometimes some beach volleyball, swimming, yeah, just to do something else and cycling also. And yeah, I just like to be outside and yeah, enjoy the sun and all the stuff.
You also still live in Germany, correct? You didn't move to Girona or somewhere else with better weather.
Yes, exactly. I live close to Dresden, um, in Pirna, so I didn't move somewhere else. For me, it's fine to also train in the cold in the winter sometimes, and if it's getting too bad, I can also always go to Spain or Italy for training. So for me, this is not a problem.
During been 5 years a professional athlete, and I wanted to know, during that time a lot happened, like from the COVID season where everyone was closed down, where racing was completely different, to quite normal seasons we would see regularly. Was there something that made a big impact on you? Not maybe not even sporting wise, but like a moment or a situation or a person who would say that impacted me. That was really something that we maybe didn't see as people who watch on the television or at the sidelines.
In general, for me, in the past years, I could learn a lot also from seeing different cultures of teams. I could take also a lot of out of this because every team has a different approach. So for sure, there you can also grow as a person. Um, and for sure, in the COVID times, you had a different view on certain things, and afterwards, you try to really enjoy being back racing and yeah, be together with people.
A lot of riders are studying while they're riding. Others are, especially German riders, are working partly part time for the Bundeswehr or the police. Um, how is it in your case?
For me, to work with Bundeswehr or police was not possible because I was never joining a Radnet Rose team. So that was not possible for me because yeah, I was in another continental team in Germany. I was riding for LKT Team Brandenburg, and in that time I did an internship. But now, as I'm professional cyclist, I only focus on cycling right now because this is already yeah, we are already busy enough with that.
Yes, especially with the travel schedule, I can only imagine how difficult it would be to do something else alongside that. And you have now ridden the classics, you have ridden all of the Grand Tours. And you have also ridden a lot of races all across the continent, like in China, all across Europe. You visited Australia, um, the Arabic Emirates. Which was your favorite place to ride, to race?
Oh, it's difficult to point out a favorite place, but for sure Australia trip is always super nice. I mean, it's a long trip. You are a long time away from home. This is a downside on that. But you see, as I already said, really, really nice culture. People are super friendly there. The race is super organized. You have the hotel in front of the bike park, where all the spectators can come and look how the mechanics are working, how we are, yeah, getting ready for races. This is something unique, and we haven't seen often in Europe something like this.
So, all in all, very organized, more organized than maybe more traditional established European races. I see.
No, I wouldn't say more organized because in Europe the races are also organized super good. But it's just a different side because the spectators are getting closer to us cyclists.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. You could race in Australia again this year after, I think, 4 years. Very long time, because the race wasn't held during the COVID times, and then you had to race in the Oman, I think, UAE tour. Um, do you prefer just riding in Australia, taking a bit of a break, and then coming back to the classics, or do you in the future think maybe a bit of racing in Australia, then a bit of racing in Oman or UAE, and then maybe taking a break to a Grand Tour? Or do you say it's all the same for you?
Um, it always depends how the planning is from the team, where they want you also to ride. For sure, we as the riders also have something to say about the race program. But in general, the team and the rider are trying to plan the race program as best as possible for the biggest races, which are the Grand Tours and the Classics.
Which is your favorite Grand Tour? You've ridden all three of them now.
No, I'm missing actually the Tour. I haven't done the Tour
did,
yet. I
see
did
my
the
poor
Giro
research.
already 2 times. So this is for sure one of my biggest goals to come to the Tour de France one day.
Then my fingers are crossed for this. Hopefully you will do it. This year will probably be a bit difficult due to your teammates' goals. Mark wants to do his 35th, 46th. It's 46th, right? Like he wants to. I'm bad with numbers. Like the legendary victory.
He already equaled the record, and he wants to
he
be
equaled
the
it and he
alone
wants
holder.
to overtake it. Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Um,
I think. Yeah.
I haven't done the research on that, but for sure that's one of the biggest goals for him personally, but also for the team to reach this. Hopefully he can be there in a really good shape, and then we have to see how this comes out. For now, the planning is that I not will be riding the Tour de France, but these days you never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, you never know.
You never know. Will you come to Deutschland Tour in August? You know that already?
I don't know my race program for the second part of the season yet. I will have a planning after the Giro, because now the planning was full focus on the Giro, and then we will see what's gonna happen in the second part of the season for me.
All right. Then thank you very much for this interview and joining us. And I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow's race and, of course, for the Giro.
Thank you very much, and yeah, I hope I could give you a little view into cycling and into my personal life, and yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you, dear listener, as always, for listening. Thank you for Lena for conducting the interview. Yeah, just really enjoyed it, and we hope to see you around next time.